In this episode, we're going to cover the basics of the pen tool. So the pen tool is P on your keyboard, which is also this little icon that looks like a pen. Go ahead and make sure you have your stroke color selected. You can have a fill color if you want, but I'm going to turn it off by pressing none or backslash on your keyboard. In this way, you can see my stroke more clearly. I'm going to make it maybe 10 point so you can see it better. If you were just click on your artboard, it will make straight lines. It's pretty simple that each time you click, it will drop one corner anchor points. What I mean by corner anchor points is that these anchor points are not for curves, they are pointy. Whenever you're ready to close your shape, you can go to the beginning anchor point. As you can see, there's a little circle right next to the cursor that shows you that you're about to close this shape. So that's how you draw straight lines. Similarly, you can use the pen tool to draw curves, of course. Instead of just clicking, you can click and drag. As you can see, we have equal-sized handle that helps you to decide the direction and the severity of your curve. And before you drop a curve, you can hold your spacebar. That will allow you to move the last anchor point around. Also, when you hold the Shift key when you draw, this will help you to constrain the angle to multiples of 45 degrees. This is pretty helpful if you are envisioning something that is very strict. Also, at the same time, if you're holding your Option key on your keyboard, this will switch the type of corners that you have. For example, I have already clicked, which means that I have dropped my anchor point over here, and I'm just dragging here. If I hold the Option key, it will let me change my smooth curve into a corner point. As you can see, the direction has completely been altered. I'm holding Option key for this one as well. So instead of having a smooth curve, I have some pointy corners over here. So this will give you a new level of control. As I'm moving my anchor points around, you can see I have an indicator, which means that even before I click, this rubber band-like line gives me a trajectory of where my line is going to be. I find it really handy, but sometimes, depending on your process, this could be a distraction. So you can turn it on and off in your preference, which is Command K on your keyboard, or you can go to Illustrator, Preference, and Selection, and Anchor Display. And you can just go ahead and turn off the rubber band for pen tool or curvature tool, depending on your need. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on OK because I want my rubber band. This helps me to see where my line is going to be. So let me just clean this thing up. By the way, whenever you want to end a point, say that this is the curve that you want and you don't want to drop another one, you can just go ahead and click Escape on your keyboard. This will just break it. Or you can just click on other tool or a color for that matter in your swatch panel. This will let Illustrator know. This will let Illustrator know that you're done drawing this line. When we were drawing curves previously, our handles are equal. If you want your handles to be different, you can hold your Command key. This will let you drag the one on the right, in this case, to a longer length. Pen tool is one of those tools that it's easy to remember what this tool does, but it's hard to actually practice it. So I would encourage you to find some line work you want to trace, and then just go ahead and practice. Try not to be too harsh on yourself because there is a pretty steep learning curve for this tool. Last but not least, if you want to ever convert your anchor points to a different type, you can always use your direct selection tool, which is A on your keyboard, and then just click on this convert selected anchor points to corner. This will make it pointy. Or you can convert it back by pressing the curve right next door here, convert selected anchor points to smooth. So there's a trick to that. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. Go check out my Skillshare classes by clicking the link below to get a free trial. I will see you next time.